So it's still cold as hell outside, but we're all already in spring fling mood, am I right? And how depressing is it to have to put on dark, heavy, wintry coats and autumn moody knitwear when all we want is fresh, light, pastel spring outfits? I want to have both, like both looking springtime fresh, but also staying warm and toasty on nippy pre-spring days. I've come up with a couple of ways to add warmth to an outfit without looking like you're still in winter clothes. This is such a Swedish trick. Every summer evening, because evenings get really chilly even in summertime in Sweden, you will see thousands of Swedes in shorts and t-shirt or a summer dress, but with a crazy thick sweater tied around their shoulders. So I don't know how you feel, but to me at least, a sweater around the shoulders actually signifies spring and summer to me. Even if you put it on, a heavy sweater with naked legs will look super romantic springtime or summery. But also, even if it's like now, too cold for naked legs, a sweater around your shoulders on top of a blazer or a lightweight coat will work as a kind of thick scarf, like without looking so wintry. So it's basically a winter scarf camouflaged as a summertime item. Speaking of summertime, you know what happens in June? Yes, my debut novel OK Days will be out, and if you haven't pre-ordered it yet, it's like, what have you been doing with your life? So go on, get to it pronto. Seriously, I will love you if you do. Links in the description. It doesn't have a cover yet, but I can't wait to show it to you. It's looking so hot already. We're just like tweaking it now, and I think it will probably be done to show you in my next, or maybe in my next video. So stay tuned. For me, transition wear is all about layering. A vest, then a top, then a sweater or a sweatshirt, to be able to use the sweater or sweatshirt as outerwear. How springtimey. Of course, if it's still quite cold, like more late winter rather than pre-spring, you can just add more layers. And another plus with this outfit is that you know those early spring days when it can be really quite warm in the daytime sun, it still gets super chilly at night, and with this look you can just take your tops on and off to modify. Personally, I think the sweatshirts are so underrated and often seen as, nothing more than like super casual or streetweary, but I actually think that they can look so dressed up if you wear them with like a shirt collar or a turtleneck and some gold jewelry. I quite like the juxtaposition of wearing like pieces traditionally seen as super casual, but in a dressed up way. It's a good balance. What do you think? Do you agree? Alright, so my number one springtime transition staple is the beige or light grey coat, but it has to look good buttoned up. I feel like a lot of spring coats are only meant to be worn like with the collar flapped open or buttoned low, and yeah, it looks super good, but on those cold days, I need to think about my poor lungs. So I want my chest to be completely covered, and for that I need a lightweight coat that looks good all the way closed. I actually have quite a few coats, both lightweight and heavy winter coats, but only buttoned to about here, and it's like, what about my lungs? Don't they deserve to feel just as good and toasty as the rest of me? Very impractical. So now when eyeing a new coat or jacket, before I even consider buying it, I need to see some buttons. I mean, it will come to no surprise that the thermal underwear, or just like the long sleeve, long leg layers, will make all the difference in cold weather. But I think we mostly think of this in terms of like super cold days when, we're going hiking or skiing or, Stockholm in January. But why when it's like the best way of staying warm while still looking cool? Those tight but super warm underlayers will make any springtime pastely fresh outfit warm enough for even especially nippy pre-spring days. They're cheap, they're durable, they're so hella practical. We need it. Oh, but of course, not the wool version. The wool industry is not a happy place and we shouldn't support it. This I feel very strongly about. But luckily, there are super good alternatives so we can be good both to the sheep and to our poor legs at once. Now, did I miss anything? There must be like a bunch of transitioning outfit tricks that I haven't mentioned, and I'm looking especially at my Scandi girlies here, because if there's one thing that Scandis have perfected, it's looking good even in those awful Nordic winds. So hang in there, loves. Real spring will be here before we know it. And it's like, what, a month before we get to turn the clock back to summertime again? Oh man. That's the best day of the year, isn't it? I can't stand this wintertime darkness, but we're soon out of it. We managed yet another dark winter. I'm proud of us. So I hope you get some ideas today. And if there's any other type of outfit idea video that you want me to make in the future, let me know, please. I love it when you come with suggestions. So give me a little like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you like this one. That's it. Have a beautiful week, guys. Puss, puss.